Hey YouTube, what is going on? It is Arrows Gaming here. Welcome to our new series. COVID is easing up in Ontario, and that means I am working more, which means we can get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, we only stopped playing the game because of COVID and restrictions, and I was working less and making less money, so I couldn't really keep up on the game. So the game has drastically changed. So this series is going to be about getting me reacquainted with Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to be using Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. We're going to be using play testing on remote duels and in real life tournaments. Mario's Gaming World, the premier Belleville card shop, is opening up its doors on Friday. We're going to be hoping to enter some tournaments, play some games, really get a feel for this game. This is going to be a very journeyman series because we're probably going to lose a lot at the start, but that's okay. So what we're going to do today with this preview, this episode 0, is we're going to show you what we are entering back in the Yu-Gi-Oh! World with. And again, huge shout outs to Mario's Gaming World. I will post his socials in the description. Definitely go give him a follow on all of his social media devices because he is awesome. We have purchased some product from him to get started. We're not starting with anything super competitive. We're just really going to get back into a feel for the game. As usual though, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. And if you want to, ding the notification bell so you can be alerted for all of our Arrows content on YouTube. This little thing above me is for Twitch. If you guys don't follow me on Twitch TV Arrows Gaming, definitely look me up. This is a friends goal. If we hit 700 Twitch friends by August 27th, on September 6th, 2021, we are going to be giving one lucky person a box of the Pokemon TCG set Evolving Skies. Get excited. I'm hoping that we can do more giveaways like this as the year progresses. So without further ado, let's get in and show you what we're playing. All right, so what we're starting off with, and again, as this journey series progresses, it might not stay the same deck. I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of research, and there is some things that I would like to try, but we're going to start with this. It is the Arcana Knight series deck from King's Court. So we're using that. We're using the core of that. We're using a Slifer the Sky Dragon starter deck and some random stuff that I had lying around from when we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Before. Okay, so let's go. So we're starting off with 3 Imperial Bower. When it's summoned, if I control no other monsters, I can tribute it, and I can search up to 2 of either King's Knight, Queen's Knight, or Jack's Knight, and I can add them to my hand, or I can special summon them, and I can only use the effect of Imperial Bower once per turn. This is really good. It'll let me get cards into my hand if I need to. It'll let me special summon 2 monsters on 1 turn. Really good stuff. 1, 2, 3 Joker's Knight. This is probably one of the premier cards in the deck. It's really good. I can send either a king, a queen, or a jack to the discard pile, and this card, and when I special summon this card, and it takes on its name. So we can send queen from our deck to the graveyard to special summon this, and it becomes Queen's Knight. This is really good because it lets us combo into king if we have it in our hand. So if we open up Joker and King, we can special summon Joker, search for, put Queen in the discard pile, it becomes Queen, summon King, special summon Jack, and we have 3 cards on the field to go about our business with. At the end phase of the turn that this card, the end phase when this card's in the discard pile, I can shuffle 1 Light Warrior back into my deck and add it to my hand. So I can send that Queen or any of the cards I've put in the discard pile back into the deck and add Joker back to my hand. This is really good. Being able to recur itself is really awesome. Which brings us into the core knights. We're playing 3 queens, 3 kings, and 3 jacks to start. Again, these are the lineup. Queen and jack are just generic normal summon monsters. And king, when I have queen on the field and I summon king, I can special summon jack from the deck. Rounding out our monster line is going to be 2 copies of Slifer the Sky Dragon. Cannot be normal summoned or... requires 3 tributes to be normal summoned. Can't be set. This card's normal summon can't be negated. The turn that I activate it, it cannot be negated. The turn that I summon it, it can't be destroyed or targeted by card effects. It gets 1,000 attack points for every card in my hand. And when my opponent summons a monster in attack position, I deal it 2,000 points of damage. If it hits 0, it is destroyed. We're also playing 1 Arcana Triumph Joker. If this card is in my hand or graveyard, I can special summon it by sending 1 queen, 1 king, and 1 jack from my hand or the field to the discard pile. It gains 500 attack times the number of combined cards in both players' hands. And I can discard 1 card, destroy all face-up cards my opponent controls of the same type. So I would discard a monster, it destroys monsters. I discard a spell, it destroys face-up spells. If I discard a trap, it destroys face-up traps. Really good card. And we're also playing 1 Winged Dragon of Raw Spear mode. This is in here because of another card we're going to show you in a minute. Raw Spear mode is really, really good. It cannot be special summoned, requires 3 tributes from either side of the field, and then it gets summoned to whichever side of the field you tribute from. And control returns back to its owner at the end of turn. Can't attack. Can't be targeted by card effects. And I contribute it to special summon 1 Winged Dragon of Raw from my hand or deck, ignoring any summon positions, and if I do, its attack defense becomes 4,000. So, good card. We'll show you why we're running one of those in just a second, which is going to get us into our spell lineup. So we're running 3 Joker Straight. Joker Straight is an amazing card. I can discard 1 card from my hand, special summon 1 Queen's Knight from my deck, and add 1 King's Knight to my hand. And then immediately after that resolves, I can perform an additional normal summon on turn. So I can special summon Queen, add King to my hand, normal summon King, special summon Jack. The turn I play this card, I cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except for light warrior types. And then at the end of the turn, if this card's in my graveyard, I can shuffle 1 light warrior back into my deck and draw and add this back to my hand. Really good card. This is a 1 card Egyptian God. Pretty much. 1 card Egyptian God. Speaking of Egyptian gods, 3 Thunder Speed summons. During the main phase or battle phase, I can immediately after this effect resolves normal summon 1 level 10 monster. Or if I control King, Queen, and Jack, I can search my deck for a level 10 non-dark monster with question mark attack, Slifer, Raw Sphere mode. And then immediately after this effect resolves, I can normal summon 1 level 10 monster. So right there, after we get our 3 out, if it's on my turn, we can use this to get Slifer and summon it. If it's on my opponent's turn, we can wait till they've dropped 3 monsters, and then we can use this, get Raw Sphere mode, and then tribute it on their side of the field, and then we'll get Raw Sphere mode back at the end of our turn. Really good card. Really, really good card. And now we're in it for non-theme spells. We're running 1 Rhoda, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 March of the Monarchs, and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. Again, this was made with a starter deck and the King Court stuff. I do have a lot of ideas for changes that I want to make, and we'll talk about that stuff after we go through the deck profile. March of the Monarchs is cool. Yes, we won't have access to our extra deck, but we're not really going to go into it very often to start. And obviously, it's one of the first things that's going to go after we after we get edits going on here. And now the trap lineup is, there's a lot of traps in here. But the traps are going to probably be the first thing that we switch out when we start getting the cards we want. So here we go. We have 3 Joker's Wild. This card is fantastic. During the main phase or battle phase, I can send 1 spell card from my deck to the graveyard that lists all of Queen's Knight, King's Knight, and Jack's Knight, and this effect becomes its effect. So we can send Thunder Speed Summon if we want to summon Raw Sphere Mode on our opponent's turn. We can send Joker's Knight. Oh, we can send, sorry, not Joker's Knight. Joker Straight if we want to put monsters on board on our opponent's turn to go into our turn. Really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. During the end phase of the turn, I can shuffle 1 light warrior back into my deck to add this card back to my hand. Who doesn't like cards that recur themselves? Right? 3 Court of Cards. This is probably going to be one of the first things that get cut when we start getting more cards. If you control no monsters or only control Queen, King, or Jack, you can special summon 1 King, Queen, or Jack from your discard pile or your hand. You can banish up to 1 of them to draw the same number of cards you banished. Good card. Not really something we're going to keep in the long run, but for the purpose of just having something to start playtesting with, it'll do. And then we're finishing off with 3 Solemn Strikes and 2 Metal Reflex Slimes. The Reflex Slimes are just in here because other bodies. They could be anything in the end, and they will be one of the first ones to get switched out. And Strikes just give us some form of protection. But yeah, and that's the deck. We do have a slight extra deck, but it's not overly massive right now, so we'll just show it to you. We have 2 Arcana extra Jokers. 3 warrior monsters with different names are its material. Once per turn, when a spell or trap or monster effect is activated that targets this face-up card or one of the cards that it's pointing to, I can discard a card of the same type and negate it. When it's link summoned and it's removed from the field, I can special summon a level 4 normal warrior monster from my deck. And if I do, add 1 level 4 normal warrior monster to my hand. And then we're running Boral Sword, Nightmare Phoenix, and Nightmare Cerberus. Again, the extra deck is also something that we're going to be drastically improving upon as we go forward. And that's that. All right, so cards that we want to add. 100% I want to add 3 Psyframe Gammas and 1 Psyframe Driver. And then by proxy, 1 Psyframe Omega into the extra deck. We're very combo oriented deck here, and we need our cards to go off, and so we don't want those cards to be stopped by hand traps, so we're going to run the 3 Gammas to prevent that. One of the pot cards, either Desires or Extravagance. I'm leaning more towards Extravagance because we're not going to go into the extra deck very often, if at all, really, like at the start. So maybe so being able to banish cards to draw cards to get into our combo pieces a lot faster is very ideal. Potentially a regular Winged Dragon of Ra, so we can pop this off and get it out for some extra damage. That's a big if. And then like in the extra deck, we're looking for like Abyss Dweller, Isolde, the Utopia package, because those are all, well, minus Abyss Dweller. But Isolde and the Utopia package is level 4, they're like warriors, so we can still summon them under the effects of Joker Straight. Really good stuff. Again, this is probably not what we're going to end off playing with when we start playing more competitively, but it's definitely something to get us into what we want to do for the game. That's getting familiar with the game, learning what cards do. Yeah, so I'm really excited. Mario's Gaming World is opening up on Friday. We're recording this on Tuesday. So we'll hopefully be able to record an extra, like episode 1, the full-on episode 1 with some gameplay footage and maybe some of the new cards we're gonna get, hopefully. But yeah, that's where we are. I'm very excited to begin this Yu-Gi-Oh journey, and I hope you guys are excited to join me for it. So this is it, episode 0. This is an intro to what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be playing, where we're going. Whenever we open product, we're going to put it on here. Whenever we decide we're going to play something else, we're going to put it on here. Gameplay footage is going to go into this program. We might also use Edo Pro to like test stuff as we continue on our Yu-Gi-Oh journey and really get a feel for the game. Hopefully you guys stick around and join us for this ride. And as always, friends, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel and ding the notification bell if you would like to get more of this hopefully amazing content. You guys are awesome, and I'm really excited to go on this journey with you guys. So as always, friends, I'll see you when I see you.